Hey, you guys. Okay, so real quick, this question right here is a question we've seen before. We've done many times in class. It is a review and it's on your final exam. So we're going to do now a little bit differently. I'm going to kind of walk you through the first one and then you're going to pause the video and go ahead and do B through E. Couple things I just want to remind you of. You do want your reference books with these interactive lessons. I am going to ask you questions on specific notes to make sure you're following along. Be sure to be ready to answer those kind of questions. You have a paper and a pencil, or you're using a whiteboard marker for practice. This one here, I would prefer that you put it in your notebook. You can even just say distant learning. If you just do all your work in the notebook, it's totally fine. Okay. So for this one, the solution to a system of equations is 6, negative 3. Choose the two equations. And remember, when we did systems, it represents two equations. And there would be an answer that would satisfy both equations. So we want to go ahead and check out which ones are true. So for example, right here, this is going to be my x and this is going to be my y. That's how we label ordered pairs. And for A, where I see X, I'm going to put 6. And where I see Y, I'm going to put negative 3, as you can see here. What I want to do is see if this is going to come out true. For example, does negative 3 equal to negative 3 times 6 plus 6? Well, I'm going to go ahead and simplify. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18 plus 6. And I'm going to simplify that out and see it's negative 12. Since does not equal each other, it is not true. So A will not be one of my answers. Go ahead and pause the video and try this one on your own. You're going to go ahead and do B through E. And when you come back, I'll go ahead and go through the answers. Welcome back. Okay, remember again, this is my x, this is my y. So when I take the equation, I'm going to put negative 3 for y, and for x, I'm going to plug in that 6. Remember, I need to simplify both sides and see if they equal to each other. So if I do 2 times 6, I'm going to get 12. I'm just doing one step at a time here. Okay, 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 9 is positive 3. Positive 3 and negative 3 are two different numbers, so B is not true. C, when I take the equation and I plug in my x and y, I'm going to get 6 times negative 5. Then I'm going to simplify and get negative 30. But when I add these together, remember, different signs, I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to take the sign of the larger number. So 30 minus 27 is 3, and the larger number is negative, and C comes out true. For D, again, continuing x and y. When I plug them in, I'm going to multiply 2 times 6 and get 12. When I subtract 12 minus 15, don't forget, right here, you can always use the method keep, change, change. And now I see I'm doing 12 plus negative 15. When I I'm going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger number and find out that this one, D, is also true. Since I found my 2, I know I'm done, but just to make sure, we're going to go ahead and plug in for E. When I plug in my 6 for x and my negative 3 for y, I'm going to simplify here. But remember, when I subtract, I'm going to get 3, but the sign of the larger number is positive, so it's not